Hi, it's Sue. Welcome back to Crafting by the River. I'm actually filming this on Monday, which is a public holiday, of course, here. And I apologise, I haven't managed to get a post up until now. The weather here has been so nice. We've been outside, working outside and cleaning up over in the annex, that kind of thing. So it's been good to work outside without being overly hot, and good to see the place looking the way we like it. The sheep are happy. They've had their favourite paddock slashed, so you know, they always like it when there's some low grass there. So that was their Easter treat, and they're quite happy. All right, now I started the BBBash challenge. I got to the first couple and managed those and got them, got videos uploaded on the days. Then we got to day 3, which was ornament, and I actually made something, but I didn't film it. And this is the tag that I made for ornament. You can see that. And it's just an ordinary Borton tag, which I think I might back, actually, because it is a bit flippy floppy. And I've used my, what did I use? I use my watercolour paints, sorry, to paint over some stamped and a bit of book page. There was a bit on the bottom of this before I added the paint. And then I did a bit of mark making, again using the same colours. I've added one of these little labels, which I thought was quite cute. It's got the blacks and the pinks. And to finish it off, because it was ornament, I made a couple of paper beads and attached those to the twine at the top, if you can see those. And they're in the same sort of pinky greys and blacks. I've added this rather large button and a piece of mesh. Now, this is like cheesecloth, but it's been painted with, oh gosh, what did I use? It's Mod Podge to make it go stiff. And then you can kind of shape it, roll it and shape it. So that's what that is. And that's attached to the front there. So that's more ornaments. And then I stitched all round. So that was my card for day 3. Just put that there for a moment. Day 4 was collage. And I really enjoyed this. I went through a lot of my art magazines, a lot. I've got 2 big art magazines. And I pulled some of the papers from there. So a lot of this is done with magazine images, sort of. I show you this one, this one, this one, this one, underneath of this one, up in the corner there, they're all magazine images. And then what I did, I crazy stitched on some plain white paper with black thread, and I've torn that up and used that in a couple of places. I did some marking on book page, a bit more plain white paper. I've used my Posca pens and marked on there. I've added tissue paper stamped images here and numbers. Actually, if you see the full piece, I did make a full piece and cut it down to this size. And I'll show you the other bits. What did I do with them? Here they are. And these I think they fit like this. So that was the size of the card I used, and it was, I think it was a pasta box. And as you can see, I've got enough for another tag here, and also this piece here, which could be anything. Could be a could finish it off and make it like a bookmark in a smaller journal. I could use it as a belly band. It's quite thick because it's on that card. But for now, I've just left that to one side. But they were the odd pieces. And then to finish off after this, or actually I think I did this before the stitching, I added some black and white ribbon. Okay, I've left the threads there. I don't know whether that will stay, you know me. This was cut from a piece of this little petal type image here was cut from a piece of scrapbook paper. So that was my piece for collage, and I'm going to pop that over here out of the way, because today I'm hoping to get the last 3 pieces done. The first of which is dye. And I actually dyed some fabric to go to my, I can't remember, I think it was the messy page, I'm not sure. I dyed blue fabric, but I'm going to do some more today. Then we've got clusters and then stitch. Okay, so I'll definitely get 2 done. I'm not sure about the stitch. We'll see how I go. So for dyes, I've got a selection of pieces of scrap fabric here. These 2 pieces are what we call homespun. They're like a very light version of calico. They're not as stiff, and I think these are the unbleached homespun, and they tear well and they fray well. So these would make great tag toppers, you know, tapes for the top. This is a piece of cotton that has like a so that's that one. Then I've got another piece which is really a piece of sheeting, and that has got a line through it, so it's like it's a white fabric, but it's got like a self stripe in it, and I thought that could be interesting. What else have we got? Oh, this is a piece of like handkerchief cotton, very fine. I thought that would be interesting. That's another piece of that. I've added a piece of cheesecloth, because you know it's always nice to have some dyed cheesecloth to use on your pieces, and I may well use some of this on the clusters. I could use any of it. And then I picked out 2 pieces of fabric that had a pattern on. This one has a floral pattern, and they're white on white or creamy white on white. And I thought that it would be interesting to see how this comes up, because you know, this is a kind of a, don't know whether it's 100% cotton, I think it's poly cotton, and it's often used in patchwork, and the floral pattern on there is kind of painted on. So I thought that would be interesting to see what happened with that. Hope you could see that. I can't work out which way to get, there we go. And then this piece, which is really a coloured piece of patchwork cotton. And I thought, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happened if I tried to dye that piece. So I've got a nice piece of white paper here, just because this underneath piece that I've been painting on looks quite dark. on the videos, so I thought I'd use this, and we can lay the completed pieces out on this background paper, this rusty colour paper. All right, so I'm going to use my ink, and I'm going to use, first off, the 4 colours that I've used so far, which is Dr. P.H. Martin Bombay Green India ink, the same Bombay Blue India ink, and Bombay Violet India ink, and then I've got the iridescent Rose Lamy. Okay, so I'm going to start with those, and I didn't really have a small container, so I'm going to use my painting water jars. And I'm going to be a bit frugal with this because I don't want to waste any. So let's see how we go. We need the ink first. So let's put a bit of ink in the bottom of here. Should do it. We'll add some water. Get that mix around. Actually, I think we can add a bit more water than that. Okay. So let's go first. Let's go with this. And this is the white cotton bed sheet with the self stripe. So we'll pop that in. I could do with some lolly sticks really, couldn't I? To poke around with. Let's use the end of a paintbrush. Here we go. And I'm going to make sure that it's covered, well covered. That is. Oops. I need tweezers. Okay. And let's squeeze out the excess. There's the colour. Any colour that ends up on this white paper could be useful down the track. Okay. There we go, it's a lovely green. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I mean, it's covered everything. It'd be interesting to see how those stripes look when it's dry. So we'll just lie that there for now. And what else will we try? Shall we try a piece of this? Get that well saturated. So this is the homespun now. I had plenty of ink and that in there, so plenty of liquid. I've got a white shirt on, which wasn't a very good idea, was it? Should have to be very careful. I'm sorry, that's the lawnmower going past. I'm hoping it is going past and not staying around the back of the house. All the hedges out the front are looking very tidy at our place at the moment. Very pleased about that. Everything's grown incredibly this summer. Okay, so there we go, there's that. Plonk that there. Let's get the tissue. Right, set that to one side. And now I think we'll do blue, and I'm going to do a little bit less this time because I've got plenty of liquid left there and I won't waste it, I'll use it. Okay, this is the blue. Shake around, pop in that piece, more homespun. And it looks quite dark, but I'm thinking it will dry a bit lighter, we'll see. That's pretty well covered. See, I've dyed fabric using distress oxides before. I've never dyed them until recently, until this challenge, using the actual ink. So it's interesting. And this one, I think I need to pop that in again, look. I've got some light patches on there. There's another one there. I mean, I guess that doesn't matter. You could, let's have a look. Let's mix it up. This is where I end up with it all down the front of me. Ooh, I like that. Where was that other piece? There it is. Let's see if we can just get that covered. There we go. There we are. There's one with the two colours. Get a bit more blue down here. Now this is fun. I've never tried tie-dyeing, but I would imagine this is a similar sort of thing. Yeah, I like that. So there you've got the blue and green together. We'll pop that there to dry. It's quite warm today, so I don't think it would take too long. I don't really want to try that one. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera off a minute and try and find something to put the remainder of these inks in. I've got some tiny plastic pots that might do the trick, so I'll be back. Okay, I'm back and I found these little jars and I could have used those to start with, look. They're just a nice size. So I'm going to keep those inks for later. I thought they were all this size, tiny little things, but I do have a couple slightly bigger. There's another one. So that's good. Right, let's pop that to one side. Pop those over there. Now I've mixed up some of the violet, and I thought we'd try that. And this is the fine sort of handkerchief cotton. Now I'm adding plenty of water to mine. I guess the less water you use, the more intense the colour, the dye. But yeah, I'm happy with these colours so far. We'll see what this one looks like. And you can see I've washed out the jars, and before I wash them out, I smooshed a bit of the what was left in the very bottom over my white paper, because you never know, I might use this in another project. All right, I need to fish this out. Tongs, that's what I need. Here we go. And I noticed that I actually put, where am I? Just wipe my hands. I actually laid the green and the blue quite close together, and the blue seeped into the green there, which again is quite nice. And the same here, look, just transferred across. I don't mind that. Well, this is a nice colour, I like this. And because I've got ink on my fingers, look, some of it is going across. But again, I don't care, that's fine. Just adds interest. Oh, this is fun. Get as much out as I can. Because some of this I'd quite like to use for clusters. Look at that. All right, lay that piece down there. Try not to contaminate the others. All right, so quite like that. Let's pour that out. And try, I think we'll try the rose lame. And then I've got some other colours that could be quite interesting. There we go. I'm going to have to put these somewhere safe. See what I mean? I just tipped it up. There we go. Right. So, rose lame, here we go. Oh, this bit here doesn't work very well. I think it's got a bit clogged. There's mica in this one. That off there. I don't think that is going to work for me, so I might have to tip it. But we'll give it a shake first. Carefully. You can see all it's an iridescent, so all that mica or whatever it is stuck on the bottom, so we'll shake it up well. Maybe a bit more. That should do it. All right, and we'll try this, or will we try, let's try the one with the flower. Let's see what happens with that one. Make sure there's no other colour on there. And there was a fair chunk of fabric here, so it'll probably soak up most of that liquid, I would say. Ooh, that's interesting. It looks as if it's leaving the white the floral pattern. It's not touching that, so that's interesting. We might have to add a bit more liquid, or we're nearly there. Just a few areas. Look at that. I like that. That's really interesting. For clusters, that would be lovely. Okay. You need to go back into whatever I can find down there. That's got it. Yeah, look at that one. How nice is that? Yeah, I like that. I must remember that. I've got more of that fabric. That is nice. Okay, we'll pop that across the top there. A brown, a copper, a red. That looks like black. Black. And this one is sepia. Actually, that would be interesting. Let's have a look at sepia. Now this one might be good for the cheesecloth. Yeah, not bad. Interesting. I think you can get different grades of this, and this is quite a loose one. I've got one, I made a ham bag, not a hand bag, a ham bag for my Christmas hams, and that was a much tighter weave. Don't know where I got that, but I should look for it. Yeah, I don't mind that. That's quite nice. I don't think I need to do anything else with that one. So I'll pop that one down there. And let's go again. What about copper? I wonder. This needs a good shake. Don't think we're going to get anything out of there. Okay. Let's see. So I haven't used these inks for such a long time. I'm not surprised that the droppers don't work. Yeah, there's another one. Doesn't work. Okay. Fair enough. Oops. And again, I'm just going to use probably the other piece. Will I use? No, I might use this cotton for the copper one. Now I don't see why you couldn't use acrylic paints with this either. Water them down a bit. I think they'd work. Let's give it a good squeeze. Nice. Sort of an orangey colour. Burnt orange. Ooh, it's Plenty of liquid there. Yeah, I quite like that one too. What do you think? Nice. And there's actually, I would think, if you let it dry creased up, you might get some interesting marking on it. Not sure. Let's put it back in there. Do we like this? I think so. Pop that on there. I think we'll put the rest of the cheesecloth in. That will probably take up what's left of that liquid, that dye. I may not have had quite enough. But actually, I don't mind that. You can still see the lighter colour through it, but I don't mind that. It will need straightening out when it's dry. Move that over there, and we'll pop this down. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be fully covered. It kind of makes it a bit interesting, doesn't it? Hang on a moment. Let's just trim that. Leave that there. What have we got here? An India ink brown. Let's just see. I might do it over here. Oh, might be a sec. That's my phone. Sorry about that. That was my friend. She's heading north. We're meeting up for a few days. Both sets got caravans, so we're going to meet up at a caravan park. And she's just pulled in there on her way north and said, "Oh my goodness, it's lovely. It's a beautiful lagoon. We can go out on the kayaks." I said, "Yes, you might." Not so sure about me. Anyway, she's all excited, so that's good. That'll be in about a week's time, I think. Right, so next we're going to do probably the last one. I'm going to do red, Bombay red. And I'm going, oh, here's another one that doesn't work. Oh, yes, it does. I tell lies. Okay. So that's in. Let's give it a spot of water. We maybe won't put too much in because we want red, not pink. We've got pink. And I've got this white. And this is the one with the sort of it's got that sort of texture. Okay, here we go. Pop that in. Very red as opposed to the pink. Might give it a bit more water. That's better. And this fabric is really soaking that liquid up, so let's give it a
Actually, I quite like that piece there. I like the bit of white through there. I might cut that piece off. Because that as a tag tie, I think that's quite nice. I like that. Plonk that there for a minute, and let's work on this piece. Definitely need gloves for this. I'm hoping these gloves haven't, these are only the very thin gloves. So I'm hoping they've worked, otherwise I'm going to have coloured hands. Okay, bit splotchy, but again, I don't mind that too much. I mean, you can keep working on it if you like, but I don't mind that. So that's the red. We'll pop that down here. Now it just leaves this piece, and I'm thinking this piece really needs something quite definite. I wonder, this is a shellac based ink with transparent satin finish. Let's see, it is a brown. Is it a brown? It's brown or a black? Bistro, so it's brown. So we won't go too berserk. And because this is sort of beigey, neutrally colours, this might work well. There was a bit of purple in there. So it could be interesting. I mean, you could colour mix all of these. What would happen? I'm going to end up with sludge, aren't I? Don't know. Maybe add a bit of nickel. Yeah, it's just made it that bit darker. But that's okay, that's fine. Well, that is good and wet, that piece. You can see. Just lay that down. There we go. So we'll keep that piece there. This is the copper and a brown that really needs to be pulled out a bit. That's the copper and that one. We've got more red here, but with a bit of some of it left. This beautiful pink, which I was very happy with. Blues, greens. This one is a mixture of both, blues and greens. We've got the purple. There's another sepia. That one is just pure green. And then this one is the purpley. And I obviously added quite a lot of water to that. And then it's quite pale, but I like that. I don't mind that at all. So let's see if I can get that all in shot. There you go. Those are my hand-dyed fabrics, and that is for day number 5 of the BBBash dyeing. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to make sure some of these are well dried, and I think I will be using them in the well, either in the cluster, which is the next prompt, or even in stitch would be quite nice. So yeah,
I'll go ahead and dry these and I will be back. Okay, we're back, and we're back for clusters. And as I said, I'm going to make use of some of this fabric that I've dyed, and it's all dry now. And you can see, I love this colour. This is so nice, and it's going to fray well too. This was the sheeting. Okay, so I've picked this one and a piece of this fabric, which was a scrap left over from making a cushion, and I'm working on two. This was the first one, and you can see I've just used 3 layers of fabric, and I've joined those 3 layers using a bulb pin. And on that bulb pin, I've attached 3 beads, and this little scrap here is what was left from dyeing the pink for one of my first projects for this challenge. So there was a scrap of that, so I've just torn some off and tied that to bring this pinky colour in. And really, I think that's all I need to do there. That's all I'm going to do. I don't want it to be too bulky. I might just do a bit more fraying. Don't be surprised if when you see this picture I've frayed the edges a bit more. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking for that one. Now this one uses this fabric that I said. Another piece of this. Sorry about my nails, look. Dyeing that fabric, my gloves didn't save me. My nails look terrible. Never mind. Yeah, so 3 pieces of fabric again. This was a little scrap of quilter's cotton, and I've attached that there, and I've got this, which is on the end of a piece of lace that I bought in an op shop, and I just like the lace. I like that, and I also liked this lace on the other side, which is just a straightforward piece. So I've taken some of that off, and I'm going to add this. I'm going to stitch it onto this piece here. And then over the top, I thought some white muslin, maybe. And this is some wired ribbon. You can see it's wired at the bottom end. And I've frayed it up a little bit, and I thought this I would put over the top. Maybe pull this down a bit. This over the top. And I have this piece, which is from an earring. I've just taken the backer off. And I thought I might attach that over the front. It's quite sizable, but I quite like that. I thought it's reasonably flat. So that's the plan. I'm going to take these pieces off just while I sew this, and I thought I'd use some, this is a DMC cotton pearl, and it's pearl 8. And I'm getting thread a bit because the next prompt is stitching. Now, here's my noodle. Yeah, the next prompt is stitching, and I may well use this white for that. And what I should do is take it up a little bit and work it so that I go into all 3 layers up here. So I'll start down here, and I haven't knotted it. I thought I'd just do a couple of little stitches backwards and forwards, and that will secure it hopefully.
if you can hear that in the background. The lawnmower's stopped, and now I've put the fan on. It's got quite warm now. It's actually a glorious day. It's been a nice Easter. Easter holidays here. It's sort of the last of the warmer season. Last school holidays, so before we head into the cooler months. So a lot of people do go away. Easter is quite busy. And it was certainly busy in the local town. We went in to do some shopping, and oh boy, it was actually quite difficult finding a reasonable parking spot, which is not generally a problem here. Oops. There we go. We'll just finish off down here. A couple of stitches. Did you do anything nice this Easter? Did you have family? I mean, it's quite a nice time if you get the 4 days to spend with family. Put that there for a moment. So that is stitched on there. Now these pieces, we could do the same because this will hide. In fact, I think I will. I think I'll add them with a stitch up here, and that will hide, this piece will hide it. So then we just need to attach the jewel. See if I can get any more out of this. I need to top this bottle up. Oops, yes, that's coming out. And when that glue dries, it dries clear, so that will be fine. So that's that one, and that's the second one. All right, so they are my clusters. And I might attach them to a tag or something to keep. But for now, we'll stop at that. And I'll go and get the bits and bobs together to do a bit of stitching. I think we might go with this. And I like the two-tone of this cheesecloth, so we may use some of that as well. Now we had some brown. What did I do with that piece of fabric? We could use that. And let's have a look. Oops, that's quite nice. I think I like this one. So let's have a think about what we're going to do. Because I've got my drawer of beads out, I might have a look in here. Add this. We can also add some black stitching. anything else? Well, I saw these. What about these? Whoops, wrong way round. Okay, couldn't find a better needle, so I can't use these black bugle beads, I think they call them. But that's fine, I can use the gold ones. But for now, I just want to stitch these together, and don't know whether you can see. I'm doing, let's see if I can bring you down a bit. Hang on. Okay, so what I've done is I've started doing a cross stitch, and it's just to secure these layers together, and I've pulled this one right in. Okay, now we can go back out to the normal width of that cheesecloth. And I checked to see whether I had black thread in the pearl cottons, and I don't, so I've had to go, I picked out this piece from my cotton scraps, and hopefully there's something there I can use, because I wanted to add a bit more black. Two, that's okay, we'll use two, doesn't have to be the same. I'm going to settle with that as done for my stitch piece. So, let's see. Grab this piece of paper that's got paint on the other side, but never mind. So there you have it. Two fabric clusters and one piece that is all about stitching. And if it had to be straight stitching, I failed. Because there is nothing on there that is straight. But that's okay, that's fine. I will fray a bit more of this because it was an odd piece. It's sort of wider at the bottom. And if I fray it out, it's possibly not so noticeable. Okay, so there you go. From our hand dyed fabrics for that piece, and then on this piece and this piece actually I use this piece of hand dyed fabric. How cool is that? There you go. So that's it for me. I have one more to do, and hopefully I'll get that done tomorrow. It's actually, oh no, that's it. That's 7. Oh my goodness. Collage I did. Dye is the fabrics, and I've got loads of those here. Let's have a look. Let's grab them all down. Not bad. But these pieces, this one, and the blues and greens, that one, this one which was sepia, and another piece of this one. So that was it. That is the BBBash completed. 7 days, all done. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun, and I will be doing more sort of art journaly pieces, more mixed media, and I will take a picture, show them all the pieces I made over the 7 days. Okay, I'll add that to the end of the video probably. All right, thank you so much for taking the time today. Like I say, I hope you all had a wonderful Easter, and hope you'll join me for the next video. Until then, take care.